Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Today I want to talk to you about the Nikon 24-85 f3.5-4.5, and that's the G version lens, the VR. This is the one that comes bundled with the D610. Comes as a kit. You can buy it obviously without the D610, and so I just wanted to show you and discuss with it a bit, in case any of you are interested in the lens, or are thinking, do I buy the 610 with the kit lens or not, or is this a good lens for if you have like an older 700, or if you're just looking at it as an option to buy. Nice and small lens. I have fairly small hands, and it fits pretty small in my hands right there. It zooms out. It's not an internal zooming lens. So, but still, it's not much bigger than my hand, or it's not bigger than my hand, fully zoomed out. So it's a very nice and compact lens. When we put it on the D610, it actually mates up to it quite nicely. It makes for a very, very nice paired lens. You can see there. And again, not that big, in comparison to my hand. So you've got a very nice size lens, and it's small, but it's also lightweight too. It's not a heavy lens, so it pairs up really nicely with the smaller and lighter D610. So I understand why Nikon put it together as a kit, because it pairs up nicely like that. It's a nice match for it. Overall, after been shooting with it for a bit, it's got good image quality. Not as good as probably the f2.8 24-70 from Nikon, or a prime like the 50mm f1.8G. But I have no complaints with it. I've actually really been enjoying shooting with it, and the images I've got have been great. They've been sharp, detailed, so I have no complaints overall with it. Certainly performance-wise, I think it's a very good lens for the price. I've shot a lot of great photos on it. And it's got a nice zoom range, 24, on full frame. That is 24 millimeters, which is pretty wide. With full frame, a lot of times with a lens like this, you're probably not often finding yourself needing something a lot wider, unless you're gonna shoot something that actually requires an ultra wide lens, like maybe you're doing landscape photography, or maybe you're doing something specialized like interiors of houses or something. So a nice range overall, and again, a good reason to pair it with the D610 as a kit lens. The zoom is smooth, fairly smooth. It's got decent smoothness, if you want to call it that. Not as smooth or as nice as, say, a pro grade, the 24-70 f2.8G. So, don't be expecting something of that caliber, because this is a good value budget lens, but it's decent. Now, that said, when I was shooting video, I did notice that I would have liked something a little smoother when you're zooming in and out of video. But again, for the price, it's decent, and it's a hard lens to beat. Overall, I would recommend the lens. I think it's a decent lens. I think it's capable of good image quality. I think it's got a nice range, and for the price, you can't really, I don't know what else out there I would buy instead of that. I don't think there is anything else I would buy instead of it. So if I was buying the 610 today, and I was looking for a good budget kit lens to go with it, I would get the kit. So I give it a thumbs up there. Actually, I give it a 2 thumbs up, because for the price, you can't beat it. If I had a little extra cash, I would probably step up to the 24-120 f4 VR from Nikon, simply for the extra range and for the constant aperture. But that's kind of what kind of money do you want to spend? Because you could certainly get this with the kit and pair it up with some nice primes like the 50 f1.8G, and then you've got your faster lens there when you need, faster lens, or if you need something really sharp and you don't need the zoom. So certainly I would recommend it, and I think it's a very nice lens from Nikon, and I totally see why they pack it with the D610 as a kit, and I think it's a really good value there. So I certainly would recommend having a real consideration of buying it with the D610 if you don't already have a standard zoom to go with it, because I think at the added savings of buying it in the kit, It's a really good value. So there you go, folks. That's my evaluation on the Nikon 24-85, the kit lens with the 610. And thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon with more on the 610. And we'll keep you up to date with what's going on in the world of photography, videography, and technology right here at artoftheimage.com. Thanks a lot, folks.